This my 9 to 5. Still living on it. Gotta make it mine.
What up, world? It's your man G Williams coming at you. You already know it ain't right because I ain't rap too tight. But I'm going to say something. I got to say something.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis, and I just want to let you know I say what I say because I am my father's son. Go Steelers.
You know what? Cut. God damn it. I'm not going to let this do something. Shit. Uh-huh. It ain't going to be the... What is this? What is this? I know damn chamois. The terrible chamois. Anyways, at the time of this recording, September 20th, the Steelers play the Niners today, so it's getting real hot up in the studio right now.
Yeah.
All right. But we came to you to talk about a topic that is, again, another paramount one in our community, and that is finances within the black community and how would they benefit. So we have some, we got some similar views on this, but we have some opposing views too when it comes to finances in our community. And so we wanted to kind of talk about it, air it out, and then also get your feedback and your input on what you got to say about finances. Me, again, I always say we live in a capitalistic society, so if we ain't talking money, we ain't talking, period. But I digress. What do you have to say?
Well, finances in the black community, we live in America. Money is power. But how you use that money, does not always guarantee the end result. Mm-hmm. So, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say that if we not talking money, we ain't talking simply because it is the foundation of living in America. Everybody comes here for a piece of that American dream, and it's usually financially based. The truth is, we got elections, in my opinion, that are pure and simply bought. We have the 1%ers in this country who control everything through the power of finance, through creating the illusion that money is key. The people who make the laws work for the people who have the money. And so us as a community, and I use that word very loosely, until we are self-sustaining, circulating our own dollars to give us some bargaining power with those who make the laws, we running amok. We gonna be stuck in the march, whine, repeat category if we don't step up to this economical standard that exists in this country.
Well, I mean, like you said, finance is definitely an answer. I don't think it's the answer, but I think it's an answer. Mm-hmm. So, since we're talking about finances, let's talk to the people about some things that they can do. Mm-hmm. I recently posted on our Book of G page, check out our Book of G page on Facebook, about 10 black banks in the United States mm-hmm. of America. Mm-hmm. Now, if we all decided as black people to invest $100, mm-hmm. just $100, and pick one black bank and invested it all on the same day, we're going to get the attention of the people who make the laws. Not just because of the money, because of the 1%, one person can invest just as much as all of us together mm-hmm. in that bank. Mm-hmm. So that 1%, it's not the dollar amount that gets the attention, it's the unity mm-hmm. that gets the attention. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
But there are certain things that black people can do with their finances to improve their situation, improve our community. And let's start with mistakes that black people make. Not having a budget, not knowing how to have a budget. Absolutely. A lot of black people don't know how to have a budget, all right? So learning how to budget your money is highly important. Learning how to spend. And a key to that for me is know your cushion. So if your bills add up to $1,500 a month and you make $1,800 a month, your cushion is $300. So what you do is you utilize that cushion to pay down debt. Kill your debt. Because debt is the reason why we spend $2 for every dollar that we, mm-hmm. That we make. Mm-hmm. So if we're going to use our finances, let's use them to better our position so that we can better other people's position if we can. We can invest in businesses because we have the extra money, things like that. But that's just me. What about you?
Absolutely, on that same line. It's all about savings. It ain't how much you make, it's how much you save. That's what carries your worth, your financial worth, your card to be able to even play in this game. Again, we get wrapped up in what it is to quote unquote get a good job. But there are plenty of us with good jobs and plain broke because there, like you said, there's no budgeting and there's no real cap or there's no real financial literacy in our community. And that's one thing that we have to do. And it's very simple. A budget answers many of the financial woes that we have as individuals. And then when we can master that budget, now as a collective, we can move to the next stage, which is investing. That's where we start to garner the power within our community, is to be able to put our dollars together.
I'm going to throw a couple more things out there because you mentioned investment. A lot of people have their own interpretation of what investment is, okay? Now, some people think investments is stocks, bonds, businesses. One of the number one form of investment for African Americans in the United States of America is what? What do you think it is?
Number one,
It's all right, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you, real estate. Real estate is the number one means that blacks acquire wealth in the United States of America. Yet, a lot of us don't even put ourselves in position to buy. So, how do you do that? You have to understand credit. Credit is very important because credit, unfortunately, we live in a capitalistic society and credit is the gateway to more capital. If you're worth capital and they believe you're worth capital, they'll give you access to more capital. That capital allows you to invest to increase your capital. It's a cycle, and we have to learn to do that. We have a lot of people that we don't tell people go buy houses. When the stock market crashed and people were getting evicted, what we should have been telling people was go buy as many houses as you can while the prices are as cheap as they can be. But we didn't do that. We needed to support. If we can't have a community if we don't own one. So real estate is very important. Stocks and bonds is tricky. It's hard to learn, but it's worth learning. Starting your own business. Listen, everybody's not built to be an entrepreneur, but it doesn't mean you can't invest in somebody else who is. There's somebody in your community that is very good at what they do. So if you don't have a business for yourself, sit down and talk to them about investing in them. And don't make this mistake, black people, because we love to do this. We look at each other as family, but don't do anything on the love. Do everything on a contract. Be a real business person, because if the person really loves you, they want to make sure that legally you will get everything you're entitled to. Final thought?
final thought. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But in essence, I believe, again, in delayed gratification, in building wealth through ownership, through, it ain't about the flash and the fame. It's about the cash. Cash is king, and G. Williams gonna stand on that.
My final thought is simple. Know the rules of the game that you're playing. We in America, and everything is money. And I'm going to tell you right now, that US dollar that you got in your pocket, who's to say what it's going to be worth tomorrow? So just make sure that you put yourself in the best position to make sure that your worth is not determined by one thing.
I'm G. Williams.
I'm G. Lewis.
That's been the Book of G.